Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pass the Time Players and our story this evening, Same Dumb Lake, Same Dumb Curves. Before we get started, I'd just like to remind you, please go to Facebook and like our page, or go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You don't want to miss any of the stories that'll be coming in the future. So now let's get right to our story tonight. Same Dumb Lake, Same Dumb Curves. And by the way, this is actually written by myself. So without any more ado, the narrator will be played by myself, Debbie.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I will be playing Harold.
Hi, I'm Bernadette, and I will be playing the mother.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I'll be playing Mr. Green.
Hi, I'm Allison. I'll be playing Mrs. Weeks.
Hi, I'm Maxx. I'll be playing the frog.
Now sit back, make yourself comfortable, and enjoy Same Dumb Lake, Same Dumb Curves. Harold sat in the living room staring out the window.
I'm bored.
It's a beautiful day. Go outside and enjoy it. Take the rowboat out on the lake.
Harold shuffled out the front door, mumbling.
Same dumb lake, same dumb curves.
Harold sat on his front porch, wishing something exciting would happen. Nothing ever happened in his neighborhood. Just then, his neighbor, Mr. Green, pulled out of his driveway. He rolled down the window and called to Harold.
Hi, Harold. You watching the world go by?
I'm bored.
How can you be bored? It would be a great day out on the lake. Wish I didn't have to go to work today. I would join you in your rowboat. Well, have a good day.
Harold watched Mr. Green drive away down the street.
I'll bet he never gets bored. Nothing exciting ever happens to me.
Oh, Harold, would you be a dear and move the sprinkler to the other side of my lawn?
Harold walked over and dragged the hose to the other part of her lawn.
I'm glad I saw you. I was afraid you might be out on your rowboat on such a beautiful day.
Mrs. Weeks waved to Harold and went back into her house.
Why would I want to go in the boat today? Same dumb lake, same dumb curves.
Harold sat a few more minutes thinking about how boring his life was. Why couldn't something exciting happen just once? Oh, well, he may as well head down to the lake. As he walked along, he saw something jump across the path. What was that? Something ducked into the bushes up ahead.
Finally, something kind of exciting. Time to investigate. I wonder what it is. Maybe a mountain lion? Or better yet, an alien.
Harold tiptoed to the bushes. Slowly, slowly. He didn't want to scare the alien. Maybe by lunch he would be soaring high above the earth on his way to Mars, or maybe he'd be riding on the back of a mountain lion.
Oh, please, please let this be something exciting.
Closer, closer. Carefully, Harold parted the bushes with great anticipation. He peered under the bush, and there it was.
Oh, great, a frog. You don't look like an alien to me. Where's your spaceship?
Harold picked up the frog. The frog just stared back at Harold and croaked.
Oh, come on. You can go out on the rowboat with me. Same dumb lake, same dumb curves.
Harold grumbled as he continued down the path. He walked close to the lake, all the while dreading that boat ride. Nothing exciting ever happened out on the lake. Well, the most exciting thing he could even remember was catching a bullhead and walking home with it on his line. It was the ugliest fish he had ever seen. His dad cut the line of the fishing pole and let it go in the swamp. Harold remembers thinking, he could have done that. Harold put the frog into the rowboat and untied the boat from the dock. As it began to float away, Harold climbed aboard. The frog sat on the bench facing him.
Well, I guess you're going to just have to come along for the ride. You can't help row, that's for sure.
Harold began to row out onto the lake. The sun danced on the water. It really was a beautiful day. Harold didn't seem to notice. He wished just once that a sea monster would come out of the water and grab him. Who, now that would be exciting. The frog sat staring at Harold.
What are you looking at? If you're looking for an adventure, you've teamed up with the wrong guy. Nothing ever exciting happens to me.
Are you sure?
Who said that?
Harold looked around for another boat. The lake was empty. He must have imagined it. Harold began to row again. He listened to the splashing of the oars in the water.
Nothing exciting ever happens?
Harold stopped rowing. He looked around again. No one was there.
I must be crazy.
You just need to look around you.
It can't be. Frogs can't talk.
Oh, come on, Harold. Let's go have an adventure.
It was the frog. He looked at Harold and smiled.
We can have a great adventure on the lake. All you need to do is open your eyes.
No, this can't be happening. Frogs can't talk. I must be imagining things. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. Maybe that oatmeal I ate for breakfast isn't sitting right in my stomach. Maybe I'm going crazy!
Aw, come on, Harold. Row faster. We have exciting places to go. Warm up your imagination and let's set sail.
The frog jumped up and stood at the bow of the boat as if he was some sort of pirate on lookout.
This way, matey. We have treasures to discover.
Harold found himself rowing faster than he had ever rowed before. He wasn't sure where they were going, but this was much better than sitting in that overstuffed chair in the living room. The frog jumped up and down on the bow of the boat.
Heave ho and blow me down. I sees treasures. Now faster, Harold. Pull her to that cove.
Harold did as the frog asked. The boat glided to a stop among the lily pads at the far end of the lake. Silently, they made their way to the shore.
What are we doing here?
Shh. You don't want the other pirates to hear us. You see that stick on the shore? It's made of gold. Grab it and let's shove off.
Harold grabbed the stick, put it in the boat, and began to row out of the cove.
Gently now. We don't want anyone to hear us or see us and steal our treasures.
Calmly, Harold rowed to the deepest part of the lake. He'd done this a million times before, but it had never been this much fun.
I think we made a clean getaway. Come on, Harold. There are more adventures waiting for us. Row to the other side of the lake.
Harold began to row. He couldn't believe his luck. He thought it was going to be another boring day on the lake, but this was beginning to be the best day ever. Harold and the frog rowed across the lake. The water shimmered in the sunlight. All of a sudden, the frog jumped to the front of the boat.
Over there! Over there!
Harold looked in the direction that the frog was pointing. There in the distance, something sparkled in the water.
Aye, quickly, Harold, before the other pirates steal it from us.
Harold picked up the pace of the rowing. He didn't want to lose whatever it was to other pirates. He was sure of that. There it was, sparkling and shining like a diamond. No, wait, like a string of diamonds and rubies in the water.
Get it. Get it before it sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Harold scooped up the jewels just in time. They had started to bob just like a fishing bobber. But this wasn't any ordinary bobber. This was a string of gems, priceless no doubt. He put them in the boat alongside the stick of gold.
What an incredible day this has turned out to be.
The frog yawned and stretched out on the seat in front of Harold. The sun was making both Harold and the frog sleepy.
Well, maybe we can just drift for a while. All this excitement and on this lake, who would have thought? I've been out this lake millions of times, rode the same curves dozens of times, and never had so much fun.
The rowboat drifted as Harold and the frog took a quiet nap on the water. The sun was beginning to set. Bright oranges and reds began to paint the sky above the water.
Harold! 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 It's time to come home now. Dinner's almost done.
Harold's mother was standing at the end of the dock calling. Harold stirred from his nap.
Okay, Mom. I'll be right there. I better get us home. Hey, Frog, where are you?
The seat in front of Harold was empty. He looked under the seat. The frog wasn't there. He looked in the water. Where was that frog? All Harold found in the boat was an ordinary stick and a string of fishing bobbers.
Hey, wait a minute. These were diamonds and rubies, and the stick was made of gold. The frog could talk. I couldn't have imagined it all, could I?
Harold rowed the boat back to the dock. As he tied it up, he kept thinking.
I have never had so much fun on that lake. I knew that frog could talk. I'm sure we found treasures in that cove in the water.
Harold walked the path back to his house. His neighbors, Mr. Green and Mrs. Weeks, were out front visiting.
Have a nice day on the water.
No, it was the strangest day. I found this frog when I was heading down to the boat, and then he talked.
He talked? Harold, your imagination.
His neighbors began to chuckle. Just then, a frog hopped across the sidewalk. It stopped just before it jumped into the bushes and winked at Harold. The end. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our story. Now remember, like our Facebook page and follow us on YouTube, and we'll be seeing you next time. Until then, we're the Pass the Time Players. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.